1 p.m. news coverage here on TV47. On air is News Now, which begins right now with the highlights. Top on News Now. Human rights groups in Nakuru have condemned the hostility directed at the cast of the play Echoes of War from Butere Girls High School during the ongoing National Drama Festivals in Nakuru.
Hili jambo limefanyika ni la kuhuzunisha sana. It's quite unfortunate if our children can be treated as criminals.
Meanwhile, Kilifi South Sub-County Police Commander Hassan Kochale has strongly dismissed reports claiming the emergence of a gang known as Panga Boys in Mutwapa, Kilifi County, calling the news misleading and inaccurate.
The video on social media showing touts on motorcycle was not Panga Boys, but was those boys on a revenge mission.
Also, leaders of the United Democratic Alliance Party in Tana River County have issued a strong condemnation of individuals attempting to undermine the party and disrupt the organization of grassroots elections within the county.
Na sisi tunaambia watu wetu, supporters wetu, musiparticipate kwa hii election.
We are streaming live on Facebook and on YouTube by TV47 Kenya. You can also find this and much more stories available to you on our website at www.tv47.digital. 22047 is the short SMS code. The hashtag on X is TV47 News Now. My name is Samson, Jura. Let's begin. Human rights groups in Nakuru have spoken out strongly against the hostility shown towards the Butere Girls High School cast of the play Echoes of War and other participants during the ongoing National Drama Festivals in Nakuru. Led by their patron Martin Lunalo, the group has blamed the government for what they term as harassment of the students, saying it goes against the freedom of expression guaranteed by the Kenyan Constitution.
Ni la kuhuzunisha sana. It's quite unfortunate if our children can be treated as criminals. Our children are not criminals. Our children have a right enshrined in the Constitution and Children Act 2022. Right to participation. And one of the participation is matters of governance. Our children have to highlight the ills that are affecting this government. So it's quite unfortunate that if our children have to be victimized because of expressing the ills that are bedeviling our community, our society and our government.
I want to call upon and say that Honorable William Samoei Ruto, we are asking you and we are telling you as the Kenyans who voted for you, especially myself, we are calling upon you to say that our votes are being regretted, that we regret having voted for you. How will you subject our children to such inhuman behaviors, making our children to sleep on the floors, making our children to sleep in the streets, because you are police officers that you've sent to the street to go and harass these students are all over this town.
Serikali imekuwa kitugandamiza sisi kama kina mama. Tunashangaa sasa watoto wetu pia wanagandamizwa. Hii shairi ambayo watoto wanakuja kufanya na drama, tunanacha talents za watoto wetu. Na talents za watoto wetu pia zinakuwa nurtured. So that in future watoto wetu wanaweza fanya mazuri. Mimi nashangaa government ikigandamiza watoto, government ikitumia tear gas kulegeza watoto wetu ili wasiweze kuperform drama zao. Nashangaa Mr. Malala amekuwa akikoach hiyo Butere Secondary School kwa dramas for around 15 years now. Mbona sasa ndio imekuwa Mr. Malala anafanya the wrong thing?
And leaders of the United Democratic Alliance Party in Tana River County have condemned individuals they say are sabotaging efforts to prepare for grassroots elections in the region. Led by Senator Danson Mungatana, the leaders criticized unnamed politicians for interfering with the planning process and warned that such actions threaten democracy within the party. They are calling on all members to respect internal election processes as UDA plans its grassroots polls in 21 counties.
The only senator of UDA in the entire Coast Province. Sisi kama tunafanywa namna hii, hakuna haki, hakuna nini. Tunaambia watu wetu wasiingilie hii election, na tunamwambia Mwaura na tunamwambia Kahindi. Naura National Elections Board Chair, Kahindi National Elections Board ambayo umetumwa kuja kusimamia Tana River. Kama mngekuwa mnataka hawa watu, kwa nini mmetuweka expenses? It is correct for you to now refund all our money kwa sababu sisi tumekimbiza watu, tumeregister watu.
Kura ya Tana River haiwezi disaidiwa na outsiders, watu from other counties to come and install their preferred, candidates for 2027 election. It will not work. Our people wanajua watu wao genuine ni nani, wale wanapenda watu ni nani. And if you want to give the other parties upper hand by disrupting this one of ours, muendelee tu.
We have the support and the people are with us. Kama mnataka kuleta watu because people have been compromised, the election board members, some of them have been compromised. We don't want to impart wrong motives on anybody. But we want the party leader to intervene. These elections are either totally cancelled and we do a proper thing, tutabaki kwa chama.
On to matter security in the coast, Kilifi South Sub-County Police Commander Hassan Kochale has dismissed reports circulating online that claim a dangerous gang known as Panga Boys has emerged in Mutwapa. Speaking at a press briefing in his Mutwapa office, Kochale accused bloggers of spreading false information that is causing unnecessary panic among residents. He clarified that the online videos show a clash between two rival youth groups from a nearby area who are allegedly on a revenge mission. Kochale added that police have launched investigations and will arrest anyone found to have participated in the violence.
The video on social media showing touts on motorcycle was not Panga Boys, but was those boys on a revenge mission. It was the boys from the village near the luxury coming to Maweni to come and revenge their colleague who was beaten, which was a thread which was here even before I came here. Because the history of Panga Boys is still in the minds of people. So mimi nasema ile kitu ilifanyika jana, those were not criminals. The boys are just on a revenge event to come and beat the other one who assaulted their colleague.
To matters education now, the Western Region chapter of the Kenya Primary Schools Heads Association, KEPSHA, is calling on the government to urgently build science laboratories in junior secondary schools to ensure the success of the competency-based curriculum CBC. While addressing head teachers from across the Western Region at this year's KEPSHA annual conference in Busia, KEPSHA Regional Chairperson Tobias Omusale praised the government for the recent employment of JSS teachers. In his message was echoed by National Chairman Ali Faoud, who stressed that CBC cannot succeed without proper infrastructure like science labs in schools.
History, tumepata employment ya junior school teachers wengi sana mara ya kwanza. Tulikuwa na walimu wachache. Serikali imefanya kazi kuemploy. This is history. They have made history. I want to thank His Honorable Daktari President Ruto for that.
Unajua the backbone, msingi na uti wa ugongo wa CBC ni junior school. At junior school ndio mwanafunzi anaweza kuchagua pathways zake. Kama ataenda STEM, ataenda sciences nyingine zile, hiyo inafanyika katika junior school. Na iwapo hatutawekeza vilivyo katika junior school, basi tutakuwa tunapotea. We need to invest more in junior school for CBC to be a success.
I went and I also raised it with the president. And he told me the letter you are speaking about, which is from Bad, is my letter. So what do you do? He said he's the owner of the letter, taking away the A in A money, which was going for promotion. So we had to agree that we get middle, and that's why we got half of the money go to promotion, plus the 1 billion, and that's why we were able to promote the 25,000 teachers. Otherwise, we would have promoted 6,000 teachers.
And in a move aimed at supporting students from underprivileged backgrounds, the Kenya National Police SACCO is working to expand its bursary program for bright learners in need. Speaking in Nairobi during the close of a mentorship workshop for over 250 students currently benefiting from the bursary, SACCO chairman David Mategwa said they are developing a new formula to select beneficiaries under the CBC system. The bursary program has been running for 10 years as part of the SACCO's CSR efforts.
To appreciate them, mentor them, show them the best way of behaving, having discipline for their futures. So that's where we are. We normally do this. We normally have our the SACCO normally take the pride children, so orphans. We take them through from the high school to the university level, and we are here just also to appreciate them.
I'd like to appreciate the SACCO. They have been good to us. Since I joined my Form 1 education, they've helped me attain my good grades, and now I'm in university. And all I want to say is God continue blessing the SACCO and adding more to their resources.
I want to thank the SACCO because they've been paying my school fees from the time I joined Form 1. And I really appreciate them because had it not been for them, I don't know where I'd be right now. So may God continue blessing them and continue increasing their resources, that they may continue helping so many other people out there that are not able to pay their school fees because of certain circumstances.
The State Department for Housing and Urban Development has officially handed over the newly constructed Esise Market to Nyamira County Government, which will now oversee allocation of spaces to traders. The market, which connects traders from the food-rich areas of Esise, Kahawa and Nyansiongo, will offer a clean and organized space for selling goods. During the handover, Secretary Administration Hiram Kahiro said the facility is part of the government's effort to empower small-scale traders. His remarks were echoed by Mary Ndongo, the Director for Slum Upgrading, who noted that the market includes modern facilities like a cold room and improved sanitation.
Tu ya zile nyingi ambazo zinajengwa katika nchi mzima, mumeona rais mwenyewe akitembea kila mahali kufungua kuangalia vile hizo soko zinaendelea. Kwa hivyo kama hapa Borabu constituency tuko na soko zingine kadhaa na pia miradi mingine mingi ya manyumba.
Kwa sasa ningependa kushukuru sana serikali kuu kwa ile partnership tuko nayo, na sio kwa hili soko tu, kwa sababu kuna miradi mingine ambayo inakuja ambayo tunaendelea kushirikiana pamoja.
Hii haitakuwa na takaa kwa kila pahali. Kuna stores kwa wale watu wanaweza kuwa wana deal na zile bidhaa haziwezi katandikwa kwa soko, kama watu wa M-Pesa, watu wa IT.
Actually, this is the first market that we are going to have in this world, and I think it is going to help our people grow economically.
The Kenyan government is receiving praise for digitizing the land titling process, a move that has made it easier to spot fake and fraudulent title deeds. Speaking during a title deed issuance event organized by Hodari Homes Real Estate Company, property investors encouraged young people, especially those in their 20s, to start investing in real estate early to secure long-term financial stability. They also urged parents to respect their children's investment and cautioned Kenyans in the diaspora to always make direct payments to avoid being conned. Beneficiaries thanked the government for actively cracking down on land fraud and helping protect their investments.
Pia tungeomba, kwa sababu kuko na watu wako na innovation, waweze kuleta innovation zaidi, ili wakati tunapoenda pale site kupitia technology wanaweza ona kila kitu, kwa sababu kwa mara mingi sisi watu tunapigia video call, tunaenda live, wanaweza kunyakua zile shamba.
Igawaje kumekuwa na changamoto, na hizi changamoto tunaweza kutatua zingine. Moja wapo ni vile wale wako kule ugenini ama kule Ulaya wataweza kuwekeza wakiwa huko. Ya kwanza tumeweza kukua very efficient kidijitali ama digital. Sasa hivi tumeweza kulainisha hiyo na wengi wameweza kuamini kwamba wanaweza fanya transaction direct to the company na inafika na wanapata cheti zao. Najua
it's better you invest for the future cause pesa kidogo unapata, unaenda raha, unasema kesho nitakeza kesho. It's better you invest.
Naitwa Vivian Wamboi. Kitu naweza ambia vijana ni that land investment is actually the best investment. Juu ukinunua shamba ndio the one thing ukinunua ina appreciate value. Ikuwe salt ukitoa ni hivyo. Nyumba ukinunua si shamba tu. So naweza ambia watu wekeza sana na mashamba na wekeza sana na hodari.
Now, Auditor General Nancy Gathungu is sounding the alarm over the rising threat of illicit financial flows across Africa. She attributes the problem to weak legal system, poor transparency and lack of cooperation among countries. These factors that are allowing billions to slip through the cracks. A new report by Supreme Audit Institution reveals that outdated tax laws and regulatory gaps are making it easier to use cryptocurrencies for cross-border fund transfers that go unnoticed. This is not only undermining tax collection efforts but also making it easier to misappropriate public funds. The institutions are now calling on African governments to adopt advanced technologies like artificial intelligence and blockchain analytics to track financial flows, boost transparency and protect public resources more efficiently.
Kenya, we've been doing a lot of action and taking action on the due to the grey listing that we got in February 2024. But what we know is that the weakest link has been lack of sanctions, not just within our countries for those who are culpable and who are actually involved in this menace of taking out our resources, but also lack of action in where these resources are coming in. Our take as Supreme Audit Institutions is if our counterparts in the jurisdictions where these outflows are going to, which are now coming in as inflows, if they could also do the audit and ask themselves how much of their development or the economic growth is due to illicit financial inflows, and if they do coordinated audits in that area.
Private schools heads are calling on the government to recognize and support students who are enrolled in international curriculum programs. Sunlight Secondary School Principal Bernard Baraza says many students are eager to pursue the international curriculum, but the government has yet to create a fair system for registering and supporting them. He adds that there are also many teachers interested in teaching the curriculum, but they lack the proper opportunities under the current framework.
We've encountered parents who, despite their dedication, have struggled to pay the school fees for their learners. Unfortunately, such delays can interrupt student success to education. When this happens, it is the learners who suffer the most. While our teachers do their best to help students catch up, the workload can be overwhelming and some learners fall behind.
The majority of parents have had to put up with the struggle to pay school fees for their children, and often students have missed classes and some have dropped out of school due to lack of school fees. Well, now Study Now, Pay Later is an ideal product to help parents access short-term loans with the repayment of up to 1 year at competitive prices.
About this program, there's been instances where a child has to stay out of school just because they have not been able to pay their fees or there's been delay in paying fees. But now that the INM Bank, together with the school, have come up with this program.
President William Ruto is currently attending the funeral of George Oduor, a longtime aide to ODM party leader Raila Odinga. The ceremony is underway at Ramba High School in Siaya County. Ruto joined Raila Odinga and other national leaders in paying their last respects to Oduor, who passed away on April 2nd, 2025, while undergoing treatment at Nairobi Hospital.
And I'm happy and glad that you are burying a hero at home. Many heroes are declared missing in action, meaning they are not buried at home, but you are burying George at home.
with all the honors. I believe those honors are here. His Excellency is here, the President of the Republic of Kenya. Which other honor do you need other than that can be accorded by the President of the Republic of Kenya? So George is going to the grave with all the honors that he deserves. Having said that, let me give a short history of our coming together as veterans. During the struggle for multi-party, our young men and women came up to support the party in form of youth and security. That is how we came together. And indeed, we lived up to our expectation. And I urge young men that the struggle is not yet over. Much as we have the president here, we had Uhuru the other day, there are a lot of things that still needs to be done and yet to be done. And therefore we count on you to be as the veterans that we are celebrating, one of them today, that going forward, even after the president, there will be other things that we need to change, and we call upon you to do the same. We were persecuted. We were tortured, but that did not deter us to continue with our struggle. I can attest here that those people you see collaborating around Prime Minister, each and everyone has paid a price. All these people have paid a price, but we are not regretting because that price has given us fruits, and we are seeing one of them being multi-party. 2010, the Constitution is here to be seen. We have devolution and so on and so forth. Those are contributions of those that we are celebrating today. I want to say here and appreciate Mama Ida. Mama Ida, she's not here. But in the struggle, she has always stood with us as the family. I was arrested. George was arrested when we were very young. Our families were very young. Caro had just gotten married when we were arrested and taken to committee with my friend, now the CS, Opio, and I. The woman who brought our families together and encouraged our young wives was none other than Ida. She brought them together and was constantly counseling. I am a testimony.
Let's take a look at what is happening in the world of sports, and we begin locally where St. John's Junior Secondary School and Olympic Junior School from Nairobi region are the NBA Junior National Champions after a thrilling final held at the Aga Khan Academy in Mombasa County. Kariobangi-based St. John's Juniors defeated host Aga Khan Academy 30-23 to clinch the boys' national title. St. John's booked their ticket to the championship round with a convincing 42-20 semi-final win over Nyanza Siaya Central Juniors, while Aga Khan Academy saw off St. Joseph RC from Western 66-53. On the girls' side, Olympic Junior School were crowned champions after they lit up the court with a powerful display, edging past Nyanza's Shelter Academy 19-15 in a tightly contested and thrilling final. The Junior NBA tournament reached over 10,000 boys and girls across Kenya through competitive games, NBA fit clinics and life skill workshops, including financial literacy sessions delivered by M-Pesa Go.
With the road show, we reached 2,000 players and then thousands and thousands of fans. So well over 20,000 young people reached over the course of the program. So it's been a huge success. 2,000 under 16 players. I think it's the first time it's ever been done in Kenya, under 16, over 2,000 players. And we drilled down to identify the top 100.
Of course, we continue putting in the work. We don't know what the future holds, but we keep hope alive. Probably we'll be back again to win more championships.
Yani aim yetu ilikuwa kupiga Nyanza, but kuna timu ilitulemea, but aim yetu ilikuwa Nyanza.
Mimi nimekuwa MVP juu kwa training sisi cheat, na pia tuna yani we train as a team. Game ilikuwa tough, ilikuwa against Western. Yo game tulikuwa undersized, but tuko yani in terms of IQ tuko juu.
Well, congratulations to those boys and girls. Of course, we do hope that in future they will get an opportunity to represent the country at international levels. Moving on now to Europe, Valencia secured a 1-0 victory against Sevilla on the Spanish La Liga match day 31 as Javi Jura scored the winning goal.